You needed it.
Chickens you used to steal,
I don't steal no more.
rabbits you used to shoot.
I don't shoot no more. Down you used to chase.
I don't chase no more. Get ready, brother. Your time has come. Stand up, you sinner, we got you at last. You can't get away, there's no time to play. Your finish is going to be fast. Brothers and sisters, come on, get hot. We'll amputate your bododeo and tie your bones in a knot. Did it down. Did it down. Did it down. Bip it up, down. Did it down.
Brother, you sure gonna get your face lifted and a permanent shave. Ha, ha, Where you want your body sent? Body? Huh? There ain't gonna be nobody. Ha, ha, ha.
You can't make any excuse. Go loom, till we pick up you. Swing your sinner for making chickens elope. You're at the end of your rope, so just give up all hope. Swing your sinner. We'll stretch you like a giraffe, maybe what you would have. Just give us a laugh. Swing your sinner.
And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish.
And a redfish,
And a one fish, two fish.
and a redfish,
And a one fish, two fish.
and a redfish,
And a one fish, two fish.
and a redfish,
And a one fish, two fish.
All right, sound check is good on both Twitch and YouTube. I'm working on this swimsuit today. I think I started this on stream, but I can't remember. This little asymmetrical swimsuit. The things I am currently working on are the textures and the morphs. So I think I will work on the morphs for a bit. And then we'll go back and make matte files. So I got all the textures generated. I was doing that this morning in Substance Painter. So I have to just set those up with matte files. And maybe we'll do thumbnails while we're doing that too. But I think right now we'll do Genesis 9. And if it's, we still got time before 3, I might knock out the Genesis 8. And we're just doing, I'm just going to clean up the body morphs. Yo, Charles, how are you doing? I hope they're not working you too hard. Okay, so let's do, so we're gonna just, I'm gonna just bore you with morphs. We're gonna do this. Let's hope this goes fast. Let me find my morph list. It comes in handy. We're just gonna come over here where it says morphs, and I'm working on Genesis 9, so we'll do that. We'll start with the breast morphs. This is the list. I'm gonna just stick that over on screen too. Yo, it's Rod Shelley on a Monday. Rod, how are you doing? I do got the Charles mug today and the Rocketeer mug. I got milk in this mug. And then we have coffee in the other mug. Okay, because our target is to have everything work with the Genesis female figure, so let's dial that in. And the way we do this is I'm going to select that, and we select the Genesis 9 figure together. I have all the morphs I want to work with saved as favorites in Genesis 9, so I can just come to favorites and just dial in that shape, which I think is good, but we're going to double check it anyhow. We'll start with the base female shape. Another birthday. Dang, Rod. Happy birthday. So what, are you like 16 now? Does that mean you're now a 15-year-old trapped in the body of somebody you don't recognize in the mirror? Is that how it works? Charles, I think Charles is in November sometime. And then I have to start calling him Junior until June. I'm going to do this. I'm copying base feminine. And let's launch ZBrush. It's probably a good idea to touch this base morph up before I do anything. I think it looks okay. It actually did a fairly decent job, but I might do a little bit of smoothing. There's our front ZBrush. Let's zoom in. Let's bring this in. Let's go to edit. Let's frame it up. Let's set this up so it fits into the screen better. 77. Dang. Not as old as me mom though. I think my mom's got a good 10 years on you, dude. Now you're a 15-year-old. That's right. Yesterday it was 14. Oh, yours is in December. I thought it was November. Oh, dude. Oh, so I get a whole extra month of calling you Junior. I'm going to stop that now before Charles gets really mad at me. Going to do that. We're going to adjust the intensity, adjust the smoothing intensity. We're just going to pull those up just a little bit. Look at that little pokey throughs over there. I'm going to make my brush a little smaller. I'm going to just smooth this out a little bit right through here. Then we'll just bring that back up. Boy, good thing I decided to kind of check this out. I'm going to tweak my ability to smooth edges because I can't quite do that right now. Actually, I'm probably good on that for now. I think we're good. Boy, that's a lot of cheek. All right, I think this is good. So we're going to hit the old Go Z button. And we're going to update the base morph this way and overwrite and accept. All right, now we're ready to start knocking these out. We'll start with the breast cleavage. That needs some work, doesn't it? So I'll pop over here and we'll just copy. These are all OBJs, but I just need the names. So that's why I have these. Copy that. I'm going to put that back. All right, activate the ZBrush. Accept that. Pull that out a little bit. Pull that out a little bit. I am going to tweak the smoothing modifier just a hair over here. Smooth brush. 3 connected. I'm going to change that to be 1. And then I'm going to try to just, you know what, I'm going to make this even smaller. I want to try to smooth that out just a little bit. I'm not crazy about the way ZBrush smooths edges. You didn't seem to move. Let's try that again. All right. There we go. I'm going to move that just a hair. Maybe that just a hair. Probably good. I always forget how to navigate in anything. All right, is good. We got our breast cleavage going. Boy, I'm going to probably have to fix all of these. This is going to be, damn it, I double clicked on the name too fast. I'm going to make you a little bigger. Just pull that out a little bit, smooth that down a touch, pull that back out, through there, through there. This is probably good. We got to touch that up. You know what? Smooth that out, and then bring it back up again. Is good. Damn it. I accidentally copied that name instead of the one I needed. I need this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish by default that came checked. Every little mouse click speeds things up when you do it dozens and dozens of times. All right, breast downward slope. Oh man, I'm going to have to fix all of these. I keep clicking too fast and launching. Trying to get into a groove here. I think that's good. All right. Wow, that one really did not track well, did it? Are they all going to be like this? I hope not. This will get tedious really fast. And maybe smooth. Nope. We'll just do that. I'm going to do a quick look here. If these aren't looking good, I'm going to try to regenerate these morphs into a slightly easier to work with. So if I come down here, you know, all of these are looking a little janky today, aren't they? So let me save what I've done so far. And I've got the wrong thing clicked. So let's do this. Let's come over here. Let's go to base, and I'm just going to save everything. Then I'm going to run over into the data folder, and we're going to delete out all the morphs, and we're going to try to respawn those and see how that goes. So let's delete you. Let's pop over into the data folder and delete all those morphs out of there and see if we can get them to regenerate a little cleaner this time. Yo, Rafid, how are you doing? And you're on Twitch today, is that right? I think so. I'm currently doing morphs for a swimsuit. And if I'm lucky, I might get to be doing matte files a little later. You're doing great when you see the stream. Thanks, man. I'm going to the beach party. I'm going over to the asymmetrical swim, which I'm now calling side sweep swim. Or side swept swim. I don't know. Sweep. I spelled it sweep, not swept. Data folder. Me. Swimsuit. Genesis 9. Me. Base. And I'm going to clean out these, I think. Let me take a... Actually, let's take a quick look. I'm totally on the wrong swimsuit, by the way. Let's see how the body morphs are looking, or if I want to get rid of those as well. Yeah, that's not looking... None of these are looking really good today. I'm going to try to regenerate them. So I'm going to just delete these out here from the, and then I'm just going to try to apply it and regenerate them all. Let's see how they're looking that way. So I'm going to get those, and then there's the breast morphs. We're going to delete. Actually, I cleaned up. I think I cleaned up down to, I don't know, let me delete these and see where I left off. So I did cleavage, I did breast diameter, I did downward slope. I think it was about, and I'm going to get rid of this and we'll delete everything from fullness lower down from here. And then I'm just going to get rid of the rest of these breast shapes through here. Then we're going to delete out the pectoral shapes as well. I'm going to do those. I'm going to lose this body mass. There's some controllers in here I'm looking for. Body fitness and body muscular. We'll get rid of those. And now I think I'm good for now. Only I'm going to get rid of some of these neck midriffs. I don't need short sleeves. And those are duplicated midriff, neck, waist, and waist upper. I'm going to get rid of those as well. All right, now we'll regenerate. All right, so I'm going to delete you. I'm not going to save you because that'll just regenerate those more. So I just deleted. And we're going to do this, and then we're just going to go through this and continue on. And as we dial in the morph, it'll auto-generate into the clothes, and hopefully that looks a little better than what I had. Okay, I'm selecting this, and then I'm selecting the figure. Then we're going to come up here, and I'm working out of my favorites. And I think I left off. See, that's just not generating anything. Why not? That looks okay. So I just have to. I'm going to restart everything just to be sure I'm making a clean start of it. Daz remembers stuff when it shouldn't remember stuff. So there's a fair possibility that even though I deleted the morph, it still remembers it from being in earlier. And it might be like a memory saving thing where it's not really reloading it in. It's going, oh, I've already got it loaded. We're good. So I'm going to take a few minutes to just relaunch everything. It may still be broken. I may have to just touch it up in ZBrush again anyhow. And I'm just double checking. I did get rid of it, so it should have auto-generated in some sort of fashion. All right, get that. Oops, I'm moving too fast. That happens. All right, now we'll try this. Boop. And I'm going to select this first and then this. So when I start doing Go Z, this will be the active item here. We'll come up here and we'll look at favorites. And I'm just going to, I left off with fullness lower. You know, that's still broken. I just need to fix that. All right. And once again, I'm just going to come over here and copy this name of this object because that's the morph I'm updating. And we'll come over here and we'll do the old Go Z, and I'm going to relaunch that. And the only reason I own ZBrush is I bought it in 2004. and was able to it was beautiful before they sold out the Maxon. Pixelogic was just super cool on saying, hey, here's the latest, go ahead, update. And then they sold themselves to a larger, more money-oriented. Oh, I haven't put my object in here. I should do that. All right, let me make my adjustments to my intensity. And I'm going to make my brush a little smaller. And I'm just going to come over here. Also, I'm going to tweak the, actually, I'll do that in a minute. So I'm going to just smooth you out a little bit, and then we're just going to try to pull these out. Like that. And then I'm just going to smooth out a little. And I'll try to get this edge up first. And then we'll bring the rest of it up. My brush is still a little larger than I like. I think that'll look good. Oh, I'm in the wrong. I'm still in the male shape. Oh well, we might redo this. Control V, override existing, and say, okay, I forgot to dial in the female shape, which is what we want to make sure it looks good on the female. You know what? That looks fine on the female. I don't think I need to change that, so I think I'm done with that one. Come back here. All right, that's done. And then fullness upper. You know, they still need some love, don't they? I don't know. I'm having one of those days. That's not too bad of a... Oh, I need to go get that name again. I forgot to come over here and grab the name of the morph. Back over here. So my morph is this, and we're going to overwrite the one that's in there. So then now auto follows better. I'm going to switch back to the preview camera, or the perspective camera. I like the perspective camera because when I undo, it doesn't change that camera. It's not an undoable object. You know, breast gone looks fine. Breast heavy, needs a ton of loving. Oops. I'm not happy with that shape at all. I'm going to try something else here. Let me see if I can regenerate these. All right, I'm going to save these two, and then I'm going to try to auto fit this to a dummy object and see if that generates better shapes. Let me try something real quick. I'm probably not going to save this, and I might end up having to just reload everything. So if I do the transfer tool, Genesis 8, and side swept again, and we're going to call you a, let me try bodysuit loose. Let's see what this does. And let's see, what does breast heavy look like now? Breast heavy still broke. What about breast large? Breast large, they're all still just broke, aren't they? Even breast diameter got broken, and I already had those fixed. And I just fixed that one. All right, we're going to not save this. File, open, recent, add basic morphs. Let's try this. Save changes the current scene before closing. Nope. I probably should close everything down again and relaunch it. And ZBrush has gotten in the way again. Damn you, ZBrush. I am just going to close ZBrush down. I have a bodysuit that has these morphs kind of smoothed out in it, and it kind of makes a better starting position. So I'm going to try to get those to auto-generate into this. My DAS has been shutting down really slow. There we go. So in here, I have a bodysuit that has morphs already kind of built into it. So I'm going to try to take that dress, apply it to this, and then save that out. And hopefully it will auto-generate better shapes than what I currently have. And then I'm just going to come over here in general and mesh, and I'm going to fit that to that Genesis 9 bodysuit. I'm going to accept that. Did that do anything? You know, it's not doing a great job today. I don't know. I am just may be for a really painful trip today on saving all these morphs out. Just something about every now and then this happens. I'm going to blame Mitch McConnell. Sorry, Charles. I'm going to save these chests, and I'm just going to save these full bodies. What's hidden over here? And you know what? You're in the wrong spot. I'm going to save you as well. I don't need any of the heads. I think this should all be probably fine. I'm going to go check my data directory and see if we got some stuff generated in here. I'm not seeing you guys generating. What's going on here? Do 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 do. Actually, did I just need to refresh? Is that it? Are you just not refreshing on me today? No, you're supposed to be in here. Are you going somewhere else? See, I see them all in here. Right? And I can see the morphs have affected the shape here. And if I come over here and say base, am I saving in the right place? I think I am. Vendor name, actor. I want that one as well. I don't need the head. Am I accidentally going into another folder? What time is it? It is... It's 2:37. All right, so those got updated. I see them now. There they are. Okay. All right, let's try this. I'll just do file new. I don't want to save this because I don't want to break anything in it. So I'm just going to open recent. Actually, I'm just going to say file new, right? Yep, I was going to do file new. Save changes of the current scene before closing. Nope. All right, we're still impatiently waiting. There we go. All right, let me take a look at what we got in here. So these are the adjustments. I actually want to take a look at, so body emaciated is doing stuff. So if we say breast shape 1 seems to be doing stuff. I think we might be in better shape now. I don't know. Let's get a Genesis 9 in here. All right, let's put you on the Genesis 9. Genesis 9 favorites. There we go. All right, so I'm going to select this and this. Go to favorites. We want to dial in the feminine shape. All right, and then let's see how the so that one looks like it needs a little touch up. That looks fine. All right, I'm getting the generations in here. They're not they do need a little bit of tweaking, but they're certainly a lot better than they were. So the cleanup's not as gruesome. All right, so now we're ready to move along. Cleavage generated a little poke through up there, so I'm going to fix that. We'll restart this. All right. I'm in the wrong one. I don't want you. I want you. I want this one that says breast cleavage. I'm going to copy that. All right. Now we should be able to crank these out. Impatiently waiting for ZBrush. Drop my figure in, go to edit mode, frame things up, zoom in, straight up, pull down, make. I looked into how to set this up so I remember my brushes, but I don't understand ZBrush well enough to figure out how to get it to open up when my brush setting's the same every time. There probably is a way to do that. All right, that fixes that. I am in the default camera. I'm going to switch back to perspective camera. And then I can do that. And then I can just dial that in. Did that look okay? That looked fine. Downward slope looks good. Fullness lower needs a little bit of love. Pull that out a little bit. Pull that out. Little touch up there. Maybe I'll smooth you down and then bring you back out a little. And you know what? I'm going to maybe smooth this and then there we go. Put in the name. Overwrite is good. Fullness upper needs a little touch up. Looks fine. I'm just double checking. I think I'm good. I think my female shape is looking good. I should actually check that before I get too far along. So I'm not continually fixing something just because it's in the base female shape. So undo that. Let's pop over to ZBrush and take a look at the base female shape. Yeah, it's still good. Okay. Cancel that. I don't need you. What did I leave off? Fullness upper, breast gone. Needs a little touch up there. Should be good. Yay. All right, heavy. That's not nearly as gruesome as what we had before. This I'm getting some nicer wrapping, so this is a lot better starting point. Granted, I still have to clean it up, but it's I like to touch up the smoothing first and then go back and pull everything up. It's an asymmetrical swimsuit, so I'm not using the mirroring. Oops. Oh, let me tweak the edge smoothing a little bit. I forgot to do that. I hadn't been using it, but just in case. Make you a little smaller. I think that's good. What am I doing? Breast heavy. Okay. It says breast heavy. All right, I'm good. And ZBrush is in the way again. Damn it. Every time I launch it, it just... I'll put you over here. And bring you out this way. And go back into here. And I just did breast heavy, breast large. Wee bit of work there. Oops. I think we're good. I have smoothing turned off at the moment too. Smoothing would also possibly just smooth that out. But ideally, I would like it to fit without having to rely on smoothing, even though I will turn it back on when we save it out. Yo, Mr. Loki, how are you doing today? Hello, hello. Phone made noise. Nothing I need, just waking up so bit early. Okay. Get your morning routine out of the way, and you might know in a little while. Longlarity is in final QA. Yay! Overwrite existing large. Okay, we're good. That one's looking good. Moving along. Rest natural. That one needs a little more love. That's right, we're doing all of these, Morse. I'm gonna make my brush a little smaller. I'm trying to just smooth that edge out a little. And we'll just bring you back up, smooth you out, maybe a little larger brush on that. I think that's good. Happy it passed testing. Yes. More happy you got the test. Now see if they can also snag the Vixen dress. Control D, overwrite, accept. Looks much better. Breast perk side. Breast perk sides. All right, looks good. Oops, damn it. There we go. All right, breast shape 1. Breast shape 1. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, breast shape 2. Acton will just smooth a little bit first and then fix the poking through like that. There's a little bit right there. Should be good. Three. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the Genesis 8. I'll do that off stream or something. After I take care of this, I'll work on setting up some of the morph files with the textures I created this morning. think we're good. Like I said, if there's any minor spots I miss, smoothing will probably fix it later on. I just like not to have to rely on smoothing. I think the better I am, the more likely it is the smoothing. If you slack too much, the smoothing may not pick up the slack. You good? One of these days I'll clean my monitor, but I've been saying that for over a year at least. Okay, that was breast shape 5. Breast shape 6. It's the last of the breast shapes. Well, at least the numbered breast shapes. Still have a few more, and then we're gonna. I do the pecs, even though they are male oriented. I'm not crazy about that. Let me maybe smooth that out a little bit. Maybe not. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. Never mind. Side depth. We'll just all right, I need that checkbox turned on. Thank you. All right, breast small. Go Z. Time to go wait on the kids. All right, hey, catch you later, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Ladies and gentlemen, 3D Loki has left the building. right, that's looking good. Now we're on to the pecs. Kind of a male version of a morph, but you know, I just include them anyhow. What the heck? Not that I include all the, but I include the basic chest shapes and the basic body shapes. And I don't bother with characters because there's way too many to keep up. What is it, like a new character a week? Is that generally the way Daz does it? You think I would be paying attention to that thing? All right. Someday I might redo my base figures again. See if I can get them to be a little bit better even. Oh, there's a little spot right there. Where am I? There it is. Pec height. Nope, wrong one. That's the right one. And over right. Outer height. What do I got? 5 more of the pecs, and then we're onto the bodies. Yo, Lund, how are you doing? It's going well enough, I suppose. We're touching up body morphs in a dress, in a swimsuit. So, dial in the morph. Not happy with it, pop over, copy the name. Go into ZBrush and touch it up using good old GoZ. I wish it had a Go Blend. I like smoothing better in Blender. But this is just so frickin' easy to use. You still need to delve into sculpting with Blender. Yeah, if I were to do sculpting, I would probably do Blender, even though I do have an older copy of ZBrush available. I only use it because I picked it up many, many years ago, and they just let me upgrade for. I want to say I upgraded that sucker for 18 years. Until shortly after Maxon bought it from Pixelogic and decided to figure out how to, and then that's when it went subscription, of course, too. How can we squeeze more money out of this program we just invested in? I know. We'll force people to subscribe. It works for Adobe. We're the industry standards. They have to keep keep up to date. Um, I don't know. All right, last pectoral morph. We move on to getting the body morphs knocked out. All right, last of the peck morphs. Techno feudalism. That's pretty much it. Yeah. And then there's Blender, which is actually a good reason why to maybe choose Blender over ZBrush in itself. Their their current philosophy is still free forever, but we'll see how that works out. Of course, I don't think there's like a single shareholder in Blender, is there? Who actually owns Blender? That's what it comes down to, I suppose. Is the ownership actually in the org set up as a nonprofit? That doesn't mean at some point somebody in the future will try to figure out some sort of way to weasel it into a for-profit company. But for the time being, I think Blender's safe. It's a foundation, a nonprofit board of directors. Yep. All right, moving along to the body morphs. Emaciated. Boop. Copy. And then boop. Accept. That kind of drooped a little bit, didn't it? That's probably good enough. Oh no, I accidentally hit the clone button. Oh no, oh no, I broke it. I done broke it. I done broke it. Can I go back to... Oh, nuts. All right, let me save what I've got here. Shut everything down and relaunch it. This is one of the problems with GoZ, is I don't know Blender well enough to know what I'm doing when I break something. So here, we'll do the modified assets. Actually, I was going so smooth and then I hit the wrong button again. Ooh. Actually, let's just save the... Actually, are you still hidden? I gotta move you. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna shut that down. Let's see how long it takes me to before I can relaunch Daz. Well, it's shutting the CMS down in the background that we can't see. See, that didn't work. Are you ready now? There we go. moved too fast. I clicked on my script before it was ready. All right, put you on. Okay, select that first, then select that. Pop over here to the favorites. We were down here on emaciated. Oh, and I'm going to dial in the female shape for that, right? I think I still have emaciated on my clipboard, so I'm not going to copy that. We'll activate ZBrush. Close that. Get the stuff in here. Pop the edit mode. Frame it up. Zoom in. I have to reset my brushes again. So make that smaller. And adjust the sensitivity down. Adjust the smooth sensitivity down. Come over here to smooth brush modifiers. Set that to 1 and set that to 1. And now I'm ready to. All right. Now we're good to go. There we go. Override and accept. And I've got the default camera. I'm going to switch over to the perspective camera because the perspective camera ignores undos. Perspective camera moves are not an undoable feature. Fitness details. I'm going to touch that up just a hair. You look fine back there. Little bit of touch up over here. All right, fitness mass. Needs a wee bit of work. The back looks fine. A little bit right there, a little bit right there. Through here, there, and there. Override that. All right, body fitness. I think that looked okay. Let me just check the back. Back looks good. All right, body heavy. That needs a little bit of loving. All right, we'll start down here. Strap look okay? Yep. Coming back around. Think probably close enough. Oh, and I gotta reposition my ZBrush again because I forgot to resize it when I launched it, because I always forget to resize it when I launch it. Put you there. All right, heavy is looking fine. Okay, muscular details. I see a little bit of poke through on there. Did I miss lith? I did miss lith. Right there. It's a wee bit over here. How's our crotch looking? Crotch is fine. I see a little bit right there. Check the top of this. Okay, I think we're good. Oops, I did that wrong. Let's put that there, and remember I forgot to click over right existing morph. Okay, body, muscular mass. I'm going to finish the muscular morphs, then I got to go back and get that lith that I missed. I think I need to do a little bit of touch up in the crotch. Get that. A little smooth and a little pull those. All right, let's check the back. Wow, back looks good. I think we're fine. Okay, and then we dial in the controller, which ideally should work. That just dials in the mass and the details together. Sometimes that works out well, sometimes it doesn't. All right, back to lith. There's just a little bit of pokey through over there. Right in there, I saw some. Crotch is actually looking okay. We see anything back here that needs some touching up? Nope, looks fine. All right, where are we? Body older. I'm going to smooth out under the breast a little bit. Also, we'll check the back. Other than that, I could have lived with that, I suppose. So I'm just going to smooth out in here and then bring that up. And we'll just kind of do the same thing over here. And we'll check the back, which is looking okay. All right, body thin. Let's take a look at the back. I'm gonna, oh, there, we got a touch up right there. So close. Yeah, I noticed that. Oh, you could, oh, it actually affected BlenderKit and Blender Market too. I couldn't access my Amazon orders today. Things are back up now. That's good. Yeah, I've read like Fortnite and other things. That's a giant money maker for Amazon, isn't it? The server business. All right, I think that is looking good. That say thin? That says thin. Let's make sure to overwrite. Say okay. Is better. Okay, body tone. Oh man, that's one of those I usually don't have to even touch. But I see a little bit of pokies on that one even. I think it's the tightness of the outfit makes it a little harder. Yep, I think we're good. All right, mass body. I saw a little bit of yeah, it needs a little bit of a loving. Getting there. I think I'm down to about the last 5. There were a few funny memes, people complaining that Alexa alarms weren't waking them up. Oh no! I get that. You find a way that works for you, and then suddenly. All right, are we good? Are we good? That's looking good. All right, I'm not touching. Actually, is the height? Height's probably fine. I don't have any weird. For the robe, I had to adjust the height because of the weirdness in the sleeves, but I generally don't have to touch height. But we are going to come down to pair. And then voluptuous, and then portly and stocky. And then I'm going to save those out. I'm going to make some cleanup on that before we save it out. Because one of these breast morphs is in the wrong spot. I got to remember to maybe someday fix that. I think I see a little spot right there. I think we're good to go. Go Z, go. Go Z, go. Control V. Overwrite. Accept. All right. Undo body voluptuous. Right there. All right, I'm going to smooth this out a little underneath and then fix the poke through. A little bit of smoothing down in here, and then we fix the poke through. And we'll just check the back and see if that's looking okay. Yeah, that's looking fine. All right, portly. Oh, so close. Looks like a little bit in here too. Yep, I think we're good. All right, overwrite that. And stocky. Move that a little bit. You know what? I don't need to smooth that. That looks fine. Little smooth right there. back up. Take a look. I think we're good. Go see, go. All right. Control V, override existing, and accept. All right, should be good. I'm going to save all the morphs in the swimsuit out. I'm going to just take a look at our base folder. Last save was at 308. So let's do this. Modifier asset, product, base. And I'm just going to do everything, and then I'll clean it up when we load it back in. All right. Let's reset you and put you back to email shape. And then I'm going to drop you in. And we'll just take a quick check here. Just to make sure I didn't do something wrong when I was saving. Nothing quite like doing all that work and then realize none of your morphs were saved. Oh, no. Okay, so those are all saved. I'm going to clean up the way they're organized here in the swimsuit. So let's do this. I had this one breast morph floating over here and hidden. I'm going to move you back over to this path. We're going to change the path over to actor. It's a chest morph. It's a feminine chest morph. We'll move you over there. All right, now we going to come into actor. I'm going to select everything in actor, and we're going to set limits on it, so nothing. Oh, actually, I got to go into edit mode. We'll do that in edit mode. I can select all the morphs and limits and enable limits. You can't see that because it went behind chat. Then I'm going to clean these up. I'm going to come through to here. And we're going to set our presentation on that to make the dials green with a secondary color, with the color be of black. Say okay to that. So now they all have a good color. I'm going to put them all in adjustment. So we'll just set the property group to just be actor adjustment. And then I have some of these with garbage names left over, so we're going to clean those up. This one here. So we'll make you say expand all, and we'll get rid of that crap in the front. And then I have a couple down here. I'm going to do the same thing too. I don't even know if loosen collars or thighs will do anything. Thighs may do something. Colors may just make a... Collar may just do a minor... It does something. There we go. That's fine. Does the thighs actually do anything? Not really. Kind of. I leave it. Anyhow, these are all in nice shape, and everything's locked down to the limit to 100. So we'll resave that back out as a modifier asset. I'm saving it to the base product because this is mine. I don't need to save the hiddens because we didn't touch any of those. And then I think I'm going to work a little bit on just setting up map files. So I have to kind of do the same thing I just did for fixing shapes for this for Genesis 8 as well. But I'll do that later. Tonight or probably tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning I might actually be doing the special morphs already. And maybe we'll do... Actually, let's do a couple of the special morphs. I think I have a copy of this where I can just load it into Marvy. I'm going to just do the hanging and the ground morphs for this. We'll do that right now, and then we'll work on map files. And maybe an off the strap. I'll do that off the strap later. I can use the same hanging morphs and the on the ground morphs with both Genesis 9 and Genesis 8. Because they actually don't need to be, they're not dependent on the shape of the figure underneath it. So here, we'll do this. Let's get an avatar in here for, I don't need an avatar. What am I just need the clothes. File, import add, OBJ to garment. Oh, arm's getting sore. Let's go to projects, beach party, asymmetrical swim, which I'm actually now calling side sweep. Whip, and the last one I saved was this one right here is probably a good place to start. So we'll get you in here. You know what? Because of the way this is, I'm going to pin some of these and put it together. And then we're also going to have one. We'll do the easy one first. So I'm going to do the two hanging morphs. Let's get our pin lasso. I'm just going to grab the top of this. And then I'm just going to run the simulation. I'm going to add a little extra thickness to that. Just to help make sure that the displacement doesn't accidentally clip through the mesh. Should be good. All right, file, export, OBJ selected. I'm going to make a morph folder. And you're going to become hanging 1. Actually, you're going to be hanging 2. I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to set it as if it's clipped to a hanger, I think. So what I'm going to do is we're going to clear that. I'm going to, where's my pins? I'm going to pin a couple of you. We'll come over here, pin a couple of you. I want a couple. I keep getting 1. Let's try a little bit. Now I got 3. Because of course I do. 3, that's good. That's a good one. Okay. I'm going to come over here, grab a few of these. And then over here, I'm going to kind of do the same. All right, that's good. I think I have to redo my my offset, don't I? My collision offset, because I undid it. And then we're going to grab you and you. And I'm going to move these up here as if it's on a clippy hanger or something. I lined those up fairly well, didn't I? We'll improve this. You're pretty close. Let's get you into there. Oh, I got both of them still, dang it. Looks awkward. I'm going to call that hanging 1. Yeah, I remember to add the second G. Can't tell you how many times I spelled hanging with that last G missing. Okay, should be good. Let's do a quick double check to make sure my morphs are okay. Morphloader Pro. Let's go to projects, beach party, asymmetrical, whip, morphs, and let's grab the 2 hanging morphs and see if they come in okay. It's because I have the Genesis figure still selected. Okay, that seems to have worked. Let's go take a look at our morphs. So hanging 1, I think that looks hanging 2. All right, now we'll do a couple on the ground morphs. So let's back this back up to its original shape. There we go. Set you back to 5. Delete all the pins. Drop it to the ground. Select it and export it out. On ground 01. I forgot to make sure this was exporting right. Well, it worked when I imported it, so it's probably okay. All right, let's put you this. Now I'm going to do one where it's laid out a little neater on the ground. So we'll just do that. You know, that's probably going to be okay. Probably as good as I'm going to get that. He said still tugging at it. All right, file, export, OBJ selected. On ground 02, we'll do that. All right, let's load those in and set them up. Choose more file. Looking good. All right, over here, we're going to move these over to actor, and I'm going to put a subcategory under actor for special. So we're going to color these. So I'm going to set the presentation. I like to use this color for special morphs. And we'll use the black on the second color. All right, now we're going to just, can I just click on you so that you open up on the other side better? Nope. What if we click over here? Set property group. You might be able to see that. I can't tell. Actor and slash special. Did I spell special right? I can't tell. I think that was spelled special right that time. Oh, I just selected the one. Damn it. I got to do this again. There we go. Now that it's in here, I can just go click and choose special this time. There we are. There's all my adjustment morphs. Way down here, the special morphs. Should be good. I can just save these because we already saved all the other, but I'm just going to go ahead and do a full save anyhow. We'll just do that. Actually, I'm not going to save the hiddens. All right, now I'm going to start setting up for material files and thumbnails. So materials. Let's do this. Dun, dun, dun. Render settings. All right, so we render tip files and then we convert those to thumbnail files. 256 by 256. Dash size for a tip file. All right, let's go over, I'm being bold, lighting, light presets, iRay, cake one, nope, cake, well, I'm going to choose one of these. Let's dial you in. I have the head or something selected, don't I? Yep. Okay, so I'm going to set this up so it just applies the basic settings without color for spandex. Cotton. I have like glitter 1 and glitter 2 and glitter 3. So I'll do that. So what I'm going to do is, I've only got one object in here, so I only need to do this. I don't have to make, if I was doing a multiple piece suits, I would export all of those out, bring them in, and then I can make a map file using all 3 pieces at the same time. But I've only got one piece, so I just have to do this one at a time with it. Come over to surfaces, click on that. Is good. I'm going to apply my special default base. So this kind of acts, and I'm going to pull D-force off of that, I think. Let's remove the D-force. I need to go to simulation settings to do that, don't I? Simulation settings, D-force, remove D-force modifier. There we go. So hopefully I don't have to keep clicking don't save D-force with that. Now I'm going to set this up to save the settings for, we'll do the spandex first. So basically anything I change in here becomes a modified property, and then that makes it easy for me to save just the modifieds. So I'm going to use a metallic map, so we're going to dial that in. And you know what? I'm going to drag and drop maps in from over here. Come on. Let's put you over there. Let's bring you in. Like so. Okay, so I'm doing the basic ones. I'm not going to use color in here. I do want the displacement map, so we'll drop that in. Somewhere down here. Cut out opacity, there's displacement map. Displacement map right there. Let's try that again and see if it sticks this time. Okay, you need to be 0. You need to be 0.15. So I tend to just make like 1.5 millimeter displacement maps. We're going to set you to 6. So that's good. Next up, I want the, I think underscore opacity or something like that is what I'm looking for. Swim opacity. That's the glitter opacity. That's more glitter opacity. Jersey opacity. Are you my opacity map? There, the base opacity is the spandex. Nope, you're metal opacity. I don't think I do need the metal opacity. There we go, side swap. That's what I'm looking for right there. There's my opacity map. You go right there. Hey, there's my normal map. Since we're here, we'll put the normal map in. So do I have my height map nearby? Nope. I need underscore H. I should have named those spandex instead of leaving them base. Woohoo! Swim. There's the height map. And then I need a roughness map. And I think this base is set up underscore roughness. Red. There it is, roughness. Drop you in there. Should be good. Actually, my opacity needs to be cranked up to 1. And I think this is ready for saving. So let's pop over into here. Let's go back to our folder. People, I'm going to save in Genesis 9. Materials. I'm going to call you O1 spandex base. So file, you know what, I'm going to turn off the content database. This will make things save a lot faster. Stop CMS. Yes. We'll do that the smart way. Okay, now we're ready. We're not ready yet. I'm waiting. Waiting for the little wheel to stop wheeling. All right, now we're ready. Let me make sure I have the swimsuit. Click over here. We're going to save you as a material preset. Side swept swim SSS. we do not ever use just SS by itself. 01 spandex base. We'll do that. All right. Save that. Okay, so in here, I'm going to right click and we're going to check only modifieds. And I'm going to take a quick peek in here and just kind of check that the things that I made changes to. Do I need to change the top code? I don't think so. And I don't know why this tag keeps, I don't know where that comes from. And do I see, and I don't see any simulation settings in here. So I don't think so. If I click here and uncheck, I don't have an option for simulation settings, so I don't have to bother with those. So I'm going to save that. Boom, it's done. All right, let's set it up for Jersey now. So we're just kind of work our way down. Oh, I forgot to put in the map for Metallicity. No. Swim underscore Metallicity. Swim underscore metallic. There we go. I think that's the one I want right there. And then I just got to resave this. We'll just do the same thing we just did. I'm going to overwrite you. Would you like to replace it? Yes. And check only all modifieds and accept. It should be good. All right. We're going to swap this out for the Jersey. Jersey metallic, which is probably the same. So you know what? I'm not going to swap that. I am. I'll go ahead and swap it out. And then we're going to come down and look for the Jersey roughness. Underscore Jersey roughness. Moving along. I need the Jersey bump map. Underscore Jersey height map. There we go. I need a Jersey normal map. There's the Jersey normal map. Displacement map can stay as is, but we're going to swap out the Jersey opacity map. Did I go past there's Jersey opacity? Okay. Excellent. I think this is good. We'll save this. Yep, my brain stopped. Material preset. There we go. I'm going to replace you with Jersey. Jersey base. We'll do that. And check only the modifieds. I'll just take a quick peek and see if that looks like what it should look like. I think so. Yep, that looks about right. All right, moving along. Let's set this up for the metallic. So come over here. I'm going to update you with the underscore metal. Underscore metal metallic. There we go. Glossy roughness. Underscore metal roughness. There we are. Okay, metallic has its own Bump map. It's actually a metallized lambskin material. So it's kind of like a metallized leather. So what I need is underscore metal. I think I'm on bump map, right? So I want the height map. And then we'll update the normal map. Metal normal. And we're going to update the opacity map. Metal underscore opacity. There we go. Excellent. All right, let's save you. No, metallic base. Okay, I have a whole bunch of these to do. I got 3 glitters, and then I got to do worn versions of all of these. I think I'll set up the base colors, get some of those out of the way. We got like 10 minutes before 4, and at 4 we'll raid out to somebody. Dum dum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reapply that default shader. I'm going to make sure that didn't bring any deforce settings with it, so we'll just make sure to remove the deforce modifier again. And it's saying, hey, you don't have any. Okay, fine. Be that way. I'm going to change base color to white. Say okay. And browse. And I'm going to start with the base color, which is basically white. So I'm going to save you as white. And file material preset. And you're going to be O2, so I'm going to do this. SSS, O2, color, white. Check only, all modifieds. And let's take a quick look down. Base color is the only thing in there, so that should be good. What's next? Black. You're just looking funky today. Check only, modify, accept. Is that black worn? Yep, I'm going to call you worn black. Blue. All right, blue worn. I think that was the next one. Or worn blue is actually the way I'm. Dun, dun, dun. Glitter. 01. going to do the Worn Glitter 01. Oops, almost forgot to check all modified. All right, Glitter 2 should be next. That's Glitter 2. Worn Glitter 2. All right, Glitter 3. There it is. Okay, Worn Glitter 3. Glitter 3, and then we'll just add Worn. Okay, where am I at now? Am I on the tropics yet, or am I still gold? I got gold. Gold and silver, I think. All right. I think Worn Gold is next. That looks like Worn Gold. All right, what is, I'm not sure, it might be red. I see red. Worn red. I'm going to get these colors finished, and then we'll put a texture on here to see how it's looking, and then we'll rate out. I think after this is maybe the silver. Oh, teal. No, but silver should come before. What did I do with silver? There's a worn silver. So I'm looking for underscore silver. There it is. And then we want the worn silver which was down there. I think teal. Warren teal. There we go. I'm going to get the Warren White out of the way. Just get that done. And then I've got the 6 tropic colors, or tropic patterns that I'm going to use. It's a little past 4. That's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's a self-imposed time limit. Tropical 01. Warren Tropical 01. Oops, I almost forgot. Only the modifieds. Except that. I'm hoping I didn't screw anything up after doing all of this. It's always a shame when you have to redo it. That's not what I wanted. I'm in the wrong thing. I want to be over here. Tropical 2. Tropical 2 Warren. Tropical 3. Right there. And Tropical 3 Warren. And that's the color matte files. Check only all modifiers. Okay. Okay, things to still do. So these bases here, I need to also do Warren versions. I need to do versions for the glitter. And I also want to do a tattered version which will basically apply Jersey settings with a tattered opacity map. Or maybe I think I'm just actually maybe I'll just yeah, I'll just do, or maybe I'll just do an opacity map. We'll do that. Anyhow, let's see how these materials are working. Let's throw the generic shader on here to begin with. And then let me we'll put the jersey on. Actually, let's put the spandex on. And we'll choose a color to go with that. Here we'll just do tropical 2. And we'll see how that's coming out. Let's do a quick render and see if it's looking okay. Of course it's running small because I set it up small. Doy. Hey Chris, I gotta get up and fix me some dinner. I'll be in the background for the raid. All right. Thanks for being here, Charles. We will catch you later, buddy. I think it's okay, but I can't tell. It's so small. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to switch this to iRay. And I think my lights are blowing me out. I'm trying to zoom in to see if I can see. Is my displacement map not kicking in properly? It should. Oh, you know what? I got to reset that to be 1. I'll have to go back and fix all of those. Also, I have to redo the displacement map. That's right. I changed the UVs a little bit, so the displacement map needs to be redone. That's right. I also have to resave out the texture template. I think I'm getting there though. So far so good. All right, thank you all for being here. Let's zoom in and see if my my detail is still looking fine though. My fake ring. I should probably lighten those up. those, you know what? They're supposed to be the same as these, and yet they just got thicker and they're too dark. I don't know. I might just leave them. Bad Chris. Bad Chris. I should probably fix them. Means I got to resave out all the color maps. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. Let's find somebody to raid and we'll call it a day. I will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time, for more stuff kind of like this. I'm not sure. I may actually start another outfit in Marvelous Designer. We'll see how that works out. I do kind of want to do an autumn, winter kind of sweater dress with tights, boots, and a scarf. Yeah, thanks for being here, Rod. Good to see you, buddy. Here's the shout out for Charles. Hey, if you're on the YouTube, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. That would be awesome. If you're on Twitch, feel free to stick around and join the raid. I think Ike might be on, so we're going to check that out. If she's on, we'll go over and raid our friend Ike. If not, we'll find somebody else to raid over on Twitch. Hey, Twitch, what's going on? I'm going to turn this off because I can hear my fan running in the background. Switch you back to texture shaded. There's my Twitch. Show more. Show more. Show more. Pixel Logic is on. All right, I'm going to work my way up. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. Nope, I don't see Ike. Maybe she's not on. Creation's on. I think probably we'll just raid Creation. One of our friends. I think he's part of a food rage train today. So it is Food Week. They're raising money for food, a fundraiser to help food hunger. So happy Food Week. We're going to go over and say hi to Creation. Thank you all for being here. We have, hey, if you're not in the Discord, feel free to join. I do sell stuff at Daz. Feel free to buy. Check out my good friend 3D Loki selling stuff at Renderosity and Daz. I saw my good friend D Zhang in this weekend. Check out DZ store over at Dad's Wonderosity. And we have some raid calls. If you can join the raid and you're not a sub, feel free to copy that. If you are a sub, you get to use the sub raid call. So you get to use this one here. There we go. So let's do this / raid. I'm going to copy this and paste it. There we go. Raid has been started. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of a Monday or Tuesday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby.